Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we explore a story that reveals India's rising global diplomacy, its strategic thinking, and how a visit to a small Mediterranean island has shaken up regional geopolitics. Yes, we are talking about India hitting back at Turkey and PM Narendra Modi's strategic visit to Cyprus. So India hits back at Turkey. First, let's discuss Turkey's drone support to Pakistan. So, India has accused Turkey of supplying over 350 drones to Pakistan, aiding in cross border terrorism activities in India. India recently conducted Operation Sindoor, a major counter terror strike along the Pakistan border. During this operation, Indian intelligence revealed something very serious that Turkey had supplied over 350 plus drones to Pakistan, helping the Pak militants essentially carry out the attacks on Indian soil in Pahalgam region. Now, this revelation confirmed what New Delhi or India had long feared. Turkey was no longer just criticizing India diplomatically, it was now enabling Pakistan's anti India activities militarily as well. So, that came across as a major revelation and shocker to India. Next is the public backlash in India. Now, after hearing this news, there was deep anger among the Indians. Indian citizens and influencers on social media led a boycott of Turkish tourism and products. The Indian public didn't stay silent. Hashtags like boycott Turkey began trending all over social media. Indian influencers, celebrities, and common users alike called for action on boycotting Turkish goods and services. Travel bookings to Turkey also dropped by nearly 60%. Tourism companies reported mass cancellations, and Indian traders stopped importing Turkish goods as well. Even Turkish dramas and soap operas that once had loyal Indian fans saw a steep fall in their viewership. This was not a government policy, it was citizen led retaliation, sending a clear message that public opinion in India can actually influence geopolitics. Next, let's discuss strategic ties with Cyprus. So, PM Narendra Modi's visit to Cyprus is seen as a direct counter to Turkey's growing alignment and closeness with Pakistan. So, rather than confronting Turkey head on, India used diplomacy. And it turned to Cyprus, a nation that Turkey doesn't recognize and one with whom it shares a long standing conflict over territorial claims. By strengthening ties with Cyprus, India is responding to Turkish aggression with diplomatic precision and not military escalation. It's a strategic move that raises India's profile in the eastern Mediterranean while isolating Turkey diplomatically. So, this is indeed a very smart diplomatic move by the Indian government and PM Modi. Now, let's discuss PM Modi's strategic visit to Cyprus. So, in first Indian PM in 23 years. Now, PM Modi has visited Cyprus on June 15 to 16th, the first visit by an Indian PM since the year 2002. PM Modi's visit was long overdue and intentionally timed. It came just as Turkey's relations with India dipped over its growing military ties with Pakistan, as we have just discussed. Now, this historic visit was not just ceremonial or just for a formality. It was a clear diplomatic alignment or association with a rival of Turkey. It's often quoted that enemy of your enemy often becomes your friend. So, same holds true in this strategic visit as well. It's a clear message to Turkey that look, we are not going to stay silent anymore and will openly support Cyprus the same way Turkey is siding up with Pakistan. Next, let's discuss the symbolic push to Turkey. Like I mentioned, Cyprus is Turkey's rival. India's foreign policy has often avoided taking sides in Europe's regional rivalries. But this visit marks a shift. The warm gestures, handshakes, long talks, open support, and deepening bilateral ties show that India is now willing to take visible positions where national interests are threatened. Next is the civilian honor. So, PM Modi has received Cyprus's highest civilian award, the Grand Cross of the Order of Macarius III. This wasn't just a diplomatic gift, it was Cyprus publicly acknowledging India's long standing support. India has supported Cyprus's independence in the 1960s, and this award was long due. It's a symbol of trust, support, and shared democratic values. Next, let's discuss new strategic cooperation. Defense drills, maritime, cyber, and fintech collaboration agreements have been signed. During the visit, multiple memorandums of understandings, or MOUs in short, were signed related to joint naval drains in the eastern Mediterranean region, cybersecurity collaboration to counter digital threats and terror finance. Then there were MOUs on fintech partnerships, Cyprus's Eurobank to integrate with India's UPI platform, and also on stock market synergy. So NSE Gift City, which is linked with the Cyprus Stock Exchange. So these deals signal that Cyprus is becoming a core European hub for India's defense, finance, and digital infrastructure. Next, let's discuss India Middle East European Corridor, or the IMEC. Cyprus is identified as a key hub in this grand corridor linking India to Europe. Now, IMEC is India's ambitious project to counter China's Belt and Road Initiative. It connects India to Europe via UAE, Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the Mediterranean. Cyprus offers the ideal maritime entry point into the southern Europe. Its ports and geographic location make it a natural partner for India. So, India investing on IMEC is part of a bigger strategic move to dominate essentially the trade routes in the post China global order. Next is the push for India EU free trade deal. Now, the India European Union FTA has been stalled for over a decade due to disagreements on tariffs and labor standards. But Cyprus is backing as an European Union member, and its upcoming presidency in 2026 gives this renewed hope. Modi's push with Cyprus's active support may finally lead to a landmark trade agreement that opens access to a $17 trillion European market. So that's huge. Now let's discuss the overall strategic message. India favors diplomacy over conflict. So PM Modi has reiterated saying, and I quote, "This is not the era of war." This phrase has become a cornerstone of India's foreign policy since it was first highlighted by PM Modi at the G20 summit in 2022. Rather than retaliation, India wants to lead by cooperation, connectivity, and development. So it's a message to both our allies and adversaries. Next is the message to Turkey. India has sent out a strong signal that aligning with Pakistan would come at a huge cost. This visit wasn't just pro-Cyprus, it was an anti-aggression move. It told Turkey, look, if you align with Pakistan to harm India, then India will build strong ties with your adversaries or your enemies. So it's a non-violent but a very effective form of deterrence. Next is the long-term corridor vision. Cyprus is now a Mediterranean anchor for India's outreach to Europe. Beyond short-term headlines, this is part of India's multi-decade strategy to establish itself as a central force in East-West trade and diplomacy. Cyprus could become India's permanent Mediterranean partner as part of IMEC, European Union outreach, and energy diplomacy. So we can correlate this particular incident to other real-world analogies so we can better understand it. So Cyprus is to India what Taiwan is to the US to counter China. US has also partnered with Taiwan, which is a small but a crucial strategic ally to counter Chinese threats. So just like Japan and South Korea are key to US strategy in Asia, Cyprus is becoming key ally to India's European Union strategy. When China encroached on Sri Lanka's ports, India strengthened bonds with Bangladesh and the Maldives. This Cyprus outreach follows the same strategic blueprint. Now the final takeaways. This is new age diplomacy, not driven by emotions but by vision and long-term strategic planning. Thank you for watching. If you like this breakdown, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also tell us in the comments, should India strengthen similar ties with Greece and Armenia in order to further counter Turkey's influence? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. Until next time, Jai Hind.